Wake Up Call, PositiveCountry.com, Grant and Darby in the studio. It's 7:40. We've got the one, the only, Mr. Tommy Dykes.
How you doing, Grant, Darby? How are y'all?
Fantastic.
Good.
How are you, sir? Happy Wednesday.
Yeah, it's a great Wednesday, hump day.
It is.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're halfway through the week.
That's right.
Got big plans for the rest of the week?
I do not.
You got big plans, did you have big plans at the start of this week?
No, just to make it through the week, I think.
Make it through. Not, and you're obviously here in Graham, America, the best place to be. Second best place right now would probably be Nashville.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true.
Which is why you're here, which
That's exactly why I'm here. Sonia and Brad and Becca, my accounting person, are all at a conference in Nashville.
Why didn't you get on the ticket? I figured you'd be, leading the charge out there.
No, they're much, excuse me, they're much smarter than me, so
Oh, is that
they
what
can
it is?
learn things, I can't.
Okay.
Old dog, new tricks.
Yeah,
it doesn't work.
doesn't work. Yeah. Okay. Well, fair enough. I mean, it's you've got to be here, holding the fort down.
That's right.
Somebody's got it.
Somebody does.
That's right. I mean, why not you?
Why not?
No better person that I could think of.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well,
So,
fair enough. Hey, it's always a treat to have you in here. Thanks for coming in.
yeah, I appreciate you having me.
I'm excited to hear what we were talking about this morning.
Yeah, so Hurricane Ian coming into Florida, crossing the state, and then circling back into the Carolinas. Obviously, a lot of devastation down there. Prayers go out to all of those people, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it reminded me, I thought this might be a great time to talk about homeowners policy,
Okay.
Texas homeowners specifically, and how it does not cover flood insurance.
Right.
So I know listeners are probably thinking, well, golly, I'm a long way from the coast. How is a hurricane and flood insurance affecting me? If you go back to 2017, you might remember Hurricane Harvey came into the Texas coast around Port Aransas.
Right.
Then it crawled up the coast, and it sat over Houston for about 4 days and just deluged them with rain.
Sure did.
A lot of the homeowners there were very surprised after their houses flooded to find out that they had no coverage.
Right.
So the homeowner's policy will cover some water damage, but it will not cover flood. So there's some important distinctions there. Water damage is not the same as flood damage. So let me give you two examples. I had a client, a neighbor of mine, who they were leaving on a vacation, and they started their dishwasher like many of us do. You're running out of the house, you turn the dishwasher on, and you leave. They had a problem with their dishwasher, and it didn't shut off, and the water kept running for the entire week they were gone.
Oh no.
So they come home, and you think, all right, my house is flooded. Well, it's not really flooded.
Yeah.
From an insurance standpoint, you have water damage. So all of that water that was in the house, of course, they had to clean the carpets, redo the floors, furniture, everything. Insurance paid for that. That would be water damage.
Okay.
So second example, just like in Houston with all the rain, if we had a large rain here, let's say your house is sitting kind of in a lower area and you've got a French drain. Okay, your French drain gets some debris in it, it clogs up, and the water continues to rise, comes up above your foundation and starts coming into your house. That would not be covered. That would be considered a flood. Flood is rising water.
Okay.
An interesting thing to think about though is that same rain, the winds are blowing, causes a tree branch to breaks your window or a skylight. Now it's raining in your house.
Right.
That is covered. But why is that covered? Because the rain is coming into your house through an opening that would normally be shut.
Right.
So there's just some interesting nuances to insurance that a lot of people don't think about.
Yeah. As opposed to if you left a window open.
Absolutely. That would actually be covered if you left your window open. You could open your door and let it rain inside.
Yeah.
That's not a flood, that's water damage. Now your insurance
Wow.
company, if they knew you did that, would probably cancel you.
Right. Right. You might be looking for a new insurance provider.
But a lot of people don't have flood insurance because they think, well, I'm not in a floodplain.
Right.
But it can flood anywhere.
Yeah.
In fact, Texas has Flash Flood Alley. I don't know if you knew that. Extends from central Texas all the way up into North Texas where flash floods are common. So you can have a large rain and areas that just don't have a lot of ability to funnel that water off, you can have a flash flood.
Right.
I actually grew up in a neighborhood that we had a flood in my childhood home. My dad still lives there, and there was a creek nearby, but there was not proper drainage, and so we had a really bad rainy season, and the waters did rise. So we actually had to evacuate everyone in the lower part of our neighborhood and get out of there. But yeah, our entire house was flooded.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but we've owned 2 homes since, my husband and I, that are in floodplains.
Yeah.
So you have to check on that. So
Yeah, if you're in a high-risk area and you have a loan on your home, your lender is going to force you or make you buy flood coverage because they want to protect their interest. If you own your own home, you might talk to your agent. I mean, even if you're not in a flood-prone area, it wouldn't hurt to get a quote. Their flood insurance is not that expensive. It's really easy to do.
Sure. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's, especially now when we've seen the devastation that the rains can do, and you think, well, we're so far from the coast, we're never going to, we'll never get any substantial rain like that. But we've seen, when you look back on the rainfall that we've had over the past, 3 or 4 months, it hasn't just been a light rain for a long time. It's usually a downpour.
Right.
And the streets get backed up, and there's just so much debris that's causing that. You never know what could be the source for any type of water backage.
Right.
and it can rise quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, before you know it, it's in your house.
Absolutely, and you're trying to save your stuff.
Yeah.
I remember that was our case. You've got your animals, you've got all your things, your furniture. Like, what do we? Probably similar in a fire situation.
Yeah.
But you got to be careful and take care of your home. One of the things that your insurance is not going to cover, some kinds of water damage, is maintenance issues. So if you have, say, that same dishwasher that was leaking for months, and you just kept wiping up the water, and eventually it rotted out the flooring.
Right.
That's not going to be covered. That's a maintenance issue. That's something you need to take care of. Same thing under your sink. So it's a good idea to kind of check every now and then and make sure you don't have leaking water.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Adulting issues.
I know,
I'm
right?
telling you. Yeah. Home ownership.
So many details.
A lot of fun. Yeah, but there are plans and packages out there that can specify what you need and what the best coverage that you can get for your family, for your home, and the best way to do that is just to reach out to Brian Insurance.
Yeah, whoever your agent may be, you can call us or call your agent if you have another agent, and that's fine. Ask them about it. They'll be happy to counsel you on it.
Yeah, awesome. Well, Tommy, I appreciate you coming in. Is there anything else you want to touch on? Is that
No.
okay?
That's all I've got.
All right. Well, awesome. Hey, thanks for being here. It's always a pleasure to have you in here, and you're a fine replacement for the regular coop. Don't ever let them tell you differently.
All right, I appreciate it.
Yeah. How do folks get a hold of you?
They can call us at 940-549-2525. They can come see us on the second floor of the Ciera Bank Building or at 2950 Fort Worth Highway in Hudson Oaks.
How are things going at the new location?
They're great.
Awesome.
There's a lot of growth going over there, a lot of construction. I-20 is, well, it's I-20.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
So-
Yep. We're about to venture down there, and it's always you just prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, awesome, Tommy. Hey, I appreciate you, sir. Great to see you. Missed you yesterday at Rotary, but we handled it without you.
Well, I appreciate that. Do you have any guests?
We had Tom LeBay talking about the vision care that
very good.
the Lions Club is doing. So
Yeah, it's a good program.
yeah, it was a great program. Yeah, we're excited to see what they're doing for our community.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, thanks so much. We'll be right back. It's the Wake Up Call, PositiveCountry.com.